Welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm David.
I'm Gary.
And today we're going to read on...
We're going to read about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is on trial for hush money payments and election interference. And this case, both the prosecution and defense have rested their cases. And on Tuesday, the closing arguments will be presented to the jury. And then potentially as early as Tuesday afternoon, likely more on Wednesday morning, the jury will get the case and start deliberating on whether Trump is guilty or not.
And I just got the four of wands just popped up.
Just jumped out.
That's welcome to prison, my friend.
So we're going to do a reading today on Donald Trump, and is he going to be found guilty?
Yep. Entertainment purpose only and all that. And, here we go.
Yes.
We're here. It's opening day is finally here. That Four of Wands is about opening day. It's about things going. This is really a reading about this case having come to a close and now going to the jury and how the jury is going to handle it.
Right. There's been a lot of reporting in the news about Trump falling asleep and how well Cohen did and how well Trump's defense team did, counteracting some of Cohen's testimony. So there's a little bit of anticipation on how this is actually going to go. Right. If you look at some of the more professional lawyers that have podcasts or discussions, they seem to feel that the prosecution made a great case and that Trump's defense was not well executed. Some of the talking heads on the news agencies seem to feel that Trump's defense team really poked some serious holes in Cohen's testimony and therefore jeopardized the prosecution's case. So let's find out. What does Spirit tell us? Will Trump be found guilty?
Let's see. Let's look at the energy around the case right now, and then we'll expand from there. Entertainment purposes only. What do we got going on? Okay, so we got the Two of Cups. We've got the agreements, contracts. Well, yeah. So that's the whole summary of the case, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, contracts that were put in place with the women, and hiding this from the American people. Crossed with the Fool card. It was a damn fool thing to do, and it started this whole journey that Trump is on now. He is the first American president ever to be charged with felonies and actually go to court over that.
Yeah, and this is a criminal case. This is not a civil case.
Yeah, it's not a civil case. And underneath it all is the Two of Wands. It's about his actions that he took, and it's also kind of his future.
Yes.
This is what he gets to look forward to pretty much for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that card is definitely looking out and seeing what's coming at you coming down the road.
Okay, so in the past we've got the Sun card. Truth has been exposed on this. Yeah, we've gone through this court case. All the evidence has been laid out.
Yep.
And now we get to send it to the jury. Now, mind you, that Two of Cups is about that, and this is also about a new journey that Donald Trump's going to take. Maybe something he's never experienced before. Current situation is the Hanged Man.
Boy, if this is a capital case, I'd be really worried.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to hang him by his ankles, though. Hanged Man. So Hanged Man is looking at things from a new perspective, which certainly on this case, on the surface, you're trying a former president.
Yeah.
That in itself is novel. And as Trump says, this has never been done before. Yeah, no kidding. Former presidents tend to act nobly, or at least not criminally.
Well, and frankly, Trump has taken a lot of steps and made a lot of traction on saying election interference. And the truly ironic projection is this is actually a case about election interference. So, it depends on your perspective. The Hangman has a different perspective on things.
Projection.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and that's an interesting point. He has a different perspective. Trump always has a different perspective on things, doesn't he?
He is very, very creative.
I'm a victim on everything.
He's a very creative individual.
I'm a strong man and a victim in the same
I'm a billionaire, but I need all your money.
Yes.
So
walking contradictions here. Hangman, to me, also looking at this with this case is, now I admit I am biased. However, one side has all the evidence. They have paperwork, they have corroborating testimonies, they have emails, they have business records. The other side says, no, you don't.
Doesn't count.
Exactly. The other side says...
How do you know the phone call you said it was...
a minute and a half phone call.
Yeah. You were just complaining about kids pranking you.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, tell Trump the Stormy Daniels thing is all taken care of. Yes. That's about all you needed to say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
pass the message along. Mm-hmm. You don't even have to hand the phone to him. Overarching energy is the Queen of Wands. This case is, Queen of Wands is about looking forward actions, things that are coming on here. This is going to the jury, and the jury is going to be taking action on it. We've got a black cat here, and we've got a black cat over there.
They're on the chair.
The jury is going to look at this data, and they're going to be reviewing the facts of this case here. And their actions will impact... You got sunflowers here, so it's going to kind of impact his summer as well. But this is, just as I mentioned, the Two of Wands, this is Trump's future. This is the first ruling in Trump's future. He's already lost civil cases to E. Jean Carroll and to Letitia James for the New York tax fraud trials, but now we're talking criminal fraud. And this, the cards I've thrown on the jury say trust the jury, trust the process. This is the Law and Order process going through its normal paces. Granted, this guy has been given every break in the book. Man, I wish I was treated like that.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, the lesson to be learned is the Ten of Swords. Death by 1,000 cuts. Now, mind you, there was no one testimony that was the aha moment. I mean, the defense tried to say, Michael Cohen, 90 seconds, how could you possibly talk about pranking teenagers and Stormy Daniels? Ha-ha! We caught you in a lie. That didn't happen.
No.
And it certainly didn't happen on the prosecution. You had David Pecker. You had, now I'm starting to forget the lawyer's name, Stormy Daniels' lawyer, Keith Davidson. God, still that brain cell's still fired open. You had Hope Hicks. You had Stormy Daniels. Yep. You had Michael Cohen.
Yeah.
You had all these witnesses that came...
Plus Trump's AP supervisor, like the accountant.
Yeah, his accountant was up there. Hope Hicks is the only one that, said some nice things about Trump, and she's crying, which, probably scared shitless, to be honest with you.
Well, it's hard, because if you really care about someone, but at the same time, you got to throw them under the bus for what they've done.
Yeah, and she knows. She knows the minute she testified against him, her name is mud in his life.
Yeah.
All these things are just, it's not one thing, it's all these stabs in the back. All these, you've got again, Pecker, Davidson, Hicks, Daniels, Cohen, his accountant. You've got business records. You've got emails. You've got phone records.
Screen grabs from videos.
Yes, screen grabs from videos. His the publisher that wrote his book, and they took excerpts out of his book about how he acts on things.
The Access Hollywood tape.
It's not any one of those things. It's all those things in total.
And everything kind of ticks and ties together, right?
It just like this reading, you have these facts, and it's easy to weave a story to fit them. And saying, "No, trust me, bro," is not exactly the knockout defense. And the one defense person the one witness for the defense.
Costello.
They called two. Actually, they called two. One was some poor slob that totaled up the phone records, but then didn't take out the non-picked up calls. Duh. As one witness, and then Costello, who was much funnier in the 40s as a comedy duo than he was as a witness.
No.
I think Lou Costello would have been a better witness.
Oh, certainly. I don't know. The Costello might have been better at comedy.
Outcomes in the Knight of Swords. I've seen this before. The jury is going to come to a decision quickly.
Yeah, that is a motion card for sure.
Yeah, and charging forward with that decision, but it's not necessarily a reckless decision. It's just fast. I think this jury has made up its mind a long time ago. There's a lot of fear out there, and again, we can look at this. A lot of fear that there are some rogue jurors, a rogue juror or rogue jurors on this case. That they're Trumpers who got through the jury questionnaire and
the voir dire,
and aren't going to. That was a fancy word you used there.
That's the term they use.
Yes. And aren't going to rule on the facts. And I will counter with you, there are not one but two freaking attorneys on the jury.
Yeah.
Now, what they, as pointed out in the comments, because I made some comment about tutoring and mentoring, they're not allowed to mentor and tutor. But let's be realistic here.
Yeah, when you're in a private discussion, there's going to be people are going to be looking to them for expertise and clarification.
If I were sitting on that jury and say, "Hey, man, you got to rule on the facts," yeah, people might say, "Oh, he's right." If I were an attorney and I say the same exact thing, people have to rule on the facts and the evidence presented, they're going to be like, "Oh, yeah, and he's an attorney." He doesn't even have to say I'm an attorney. They know he's an attorney, and they know when he's saying on that, they're going to give more credence to his opinion or his statements than they would anybody else there.
Yeah. You got knowledge and experience, so it's hopefully that everyone will stay in line. The card that kind of caught my eye was the black cat.
Stop looking at that black cat.
Yes,
he's right over there.
I know he's sleeping now. Was the black cat, because historically traditionally the black cat means bad luck.
Good luck.
Well, it depends.
That's Nico.
One person's bad luck might be another person's good luck. But I mean, if you're looking at a Trump verdict, Trump is definitely not going to be looking for black cats.
It's also familiar. It's a wisdom familiar they throw out there. Yeah. So Knight of Swords. Okay. So that's kind of the energy around it with the jury.
Yeah.
Do we want? Shall we look at? Will the jury rule on this fairly?
Well, you had the Knight of Swords. Seems like they're going to get right on it.
Again, it's the only way. The Knight of Swords really indicates guilt or innocence, or not guilty, right? Mm-hmm. Because the jury has to be unanimous.
Right.
For this thing to end, the jury has to be unanimous. A hung jury means that it drags on and on and on and on. With the Johnny Depp trial, for instance, I'll bring back to that one because that was really a trial that I watched through and through. The jury got through quickly, and there was a compromise with one or two of the jurors. They wanted Amber Heard to get something. So the way the jury ruled was, Johnny Depp got all these things and Amber Heard got a couple of things, but the thing Amber Heard got was in contradiction to Johnny's winnings, which didn't make any sense. And the lawyers that were watching this, and Emily D. Baker, for those who were curious, they're basically saying, yeah, this is probably a compromise. Some jurors wanted to give Amber Heard something, so they agreed on this, even though it's a contradiction. They gave her a little win, and all it did was it took Johnny Depp's $10 million and deducted $2 million from
it. It was just there was bad acts on both sides, and they wanted to recognize that, I'm sure.
So let's look at, will this jury do the right thing? Will they rule on the evidence and on the facts?
I think that's a fair question.
Queen of Pentacles. This is a card of practicality and money and value. So it's a very simple card. This is like homespun wisdom here. Mm-hmm. Kind of like everything has a use. Everything's useful and has a use. Nothing is wasted or thrown away. Practicality. Mm-hmm. Crossed with the Eight of Cups, the walking away from emotions.
Yes. The cups are an emotion card. So you have to be objective here. You can't be subjective.
Exactly.
Put your feelings aside.
The whole part about being a juror sitting on this case is a very valuable case. Is you have to put your opinions about Donald Trump aside.
Yeah, God, that's a tall order.
And I assure you that you're asking a lot of 12 people to put your feelings about this guy aside. Underneath is the Star card, the best of America. It's the calm after the storm. Best card in the deck. Mm-hmm. And that's the underlying energy. This is going to be a great jury. If this jury comes out a hung jury, I swear to God, I'm going to be stunned. Because every throw I've done on this jury has not come out that way. Okay.
Knock on wood. Oh, dear.
In the past, we have the double card. And that's going to be counteracted by the star card underneath here. In the past is the double card. Trump brings out strong emotions in people. I don't think I'm really being controversial when I say that. People have voluntarily chained themselves to Donald Trump. Some people love his actions and everything he's done. Some people just look at him as the devil incarnate.
Well, you know, and
the orange color is not lost on anybody.
And this card's actually kind of meaningful too, in as much as look at the witnesses that were being called forth. You know, you got David Pecker, you got Michael Cohen, you got Stormy Daniels. These are people that have
had a relationship. With
They decided to remove the chains. That's the key on this card. It's a scary card, but the fact is, the reason why they're still with the devil is they have not removed the chains. Yeah. In this case, Cohen, Stormy Daniels, Pecker, they've all removed the chains and told the truth under oath.
Now, mind you, but for Pecker, Pecker is Trump's worst nightmare because Pecker has all the dirt on Trump.
Oh, he knows where all the bodies. He knows how the sausage was made, right?
That comment he made. I hope to continue my good friendship with Donald Trump was code for you're not going after me because if you do,
I know where more bodies are stashed.
Exactly. I will bury your butt. So let's just continue to have the good friendship that we've had in the past. And, you know, there's no need for people to find out about the love children that you have throughout the world. And there's no reason for you to make my life hell.
Yeah.
Because I win. So, again, in this one, this is the past.
Yeah, people they've chained themselves. They've made agreements with Trump. And so what's...
Bad choices on stuff like that. People have to walk away from that. They have to take off their loyalties or their anger to Donald Trump in order to rule on this practically. I love this card. 7 of coins, Gary. What do you see with that? You're learning tarot. When you look at looking at the picture, what do you see there?
What I see is someone who has worked hard. They're looking at the fruits of their labor. They're kind of reflecting on their health, their wealth, and their harvest, and kind of taking stock of what they've got.
Okay, and in this case, we're talking about the jury.
Yes.
So what's the jury doing?
They're deliberating.
And what are they weighing? What are they looking at?
They're certainly looking at
them through this.
Yeah, they're looking at the evidence.
There you go.
Yeah,
this is all about we have all this evidence we need to evaluate.
Yep.
And you have to evaluate the evidence. You have to evaluate the testimony of your experts, the cross exams, the opinions of lawyers.
Yeah, walk away from your emotions and your preconceived notions of who these people are and just look at the evidence.
Opening and closing doesn't matter.
Yep.
The ha-ha, gotcha moment doesn't matter. What's the evidence say? What do you believe? Mm-hmm. What do you believe?
I'm not on the jury.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see all the evidence either.
If you take this card away, I can tell you what I think. But since that card is in play, I can't tell you.
And it's funny how it links. Here's the jury having to make a decision on their values based on evidence and walk away from emotions.
Jeez, you know, we don't. I swear to God, we do not. I
put these cards in here on purpose. I totally did.
We shuffle the cards. I promise.
Don't listen to him. He's lying through his teeth. Because I'm a libtard. hey, this is like voter. Watching the ballot box here. You got the Republican here making sure
exactly
I'm not dealing from the bottom of the deck.
Yeah, I don't want to go on that rant again.
Let's go to Arizona.
Gosh.
Be with some cyber ninjas. Look for bamboo things.
Oh, God.
Justice card. Overarching energy. This jury, they're a jury in a court. Their decision really impacts the United States. This is one of the most serious jury trials ever. Can you imagine coming down, you're scheduling your life, and it's like, yeah, if there's a trial for President Trump, yeah, I want to be the juror on that one. Good Lord. They did, just like, they did not take a minor role. Judge Merchan did not take a minor role in this. The defense and the attorneys, they did not take minor roles in this lifetime. And those 12 jurors and 6 alternates did not take minor roles in this lifetime. This is the most consequential case that's going to be decided on. Now, it's funny because everybody just, it's just hush many opinions last year. Because why? Because we're looking at these sexy January 6th insurrection cases and
documents,
stolen documents and RICO case in Georgia. Big, sweeping changes. And those will be, especially the Georgia RICO case and all these election interference cases, those will be sweeping changes, but not for Donald Trump. That's going to be for the Rudy Giulianis and the fake electors and the congressmen that supported the insurrection. That's going to take them down. This case is all about Donald Trump, and it's exposing him for who he is.
And to your point, I remember last year...
No, you don't. You don't remember anything.
No. I remember last year someone was talking about this,
the
saying
twin
that...
Jedi mind trick.
Yes. That... this was the least important of the cases and the weakest of the cases.
Yes.
And my God, it's turned out to be anything but, right?
Yeah. Thank God for Stormy Daniels and the tea.
Yes.
Did you hear anything about her testimony or watch
she was very fast and nervous on her testimony with the prosecutors, but very relaxed and troll ready for the defense when the defense
would you say she came across as credible?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh God, she added the spice, the sizzle to the case. The lesson to be learned is the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups. This is the low energy is the smug merchant, but the high energy is hopes, wishes, dreams fulfilled.
Yep.
Emotion. So this is these are your emotions and everything. When this jury is done, to me this is the judge and the jurors behind it. Mm-hmm. I often use this as the Supreme Court as well, but this is the judge. This is the jury. This is the case being decided. Now, again, listening to testimony, and I've sat on a jury trial. And to me, it's true. And I've had folks that have, in my comments, that have had sat on several jury trials. Jurors really do take the lead from the judge, mm-hmm. and the judge is they're on the same side, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. But the judge is supposed to be impartial, and Merchan has tried very hard to be impartial. Lord knows it would be real easy to be partial in this case,
especially after
going after your daughter,
going after someone's daughter. I mean, think about it. If someone went after your daughter personally when she had done nothing wrong, had nothing to do with this. Oh yeah. I mean, you want to open a can of whoop ass, yeah. And judges.
You're gonna say worms.
Yeah, judges aren't necessarily known for being weak-willed, and they're humans. They're smart. They got strong convictions. Pun intended. Yeah. It's probably taken a lot of self-control for him to really try and be impartial and fair.
Yeah, because if he lets partiality go through, that can be appealed because there'll be some biasing there. The judge, the overarching energy, the judge is going to give the jury instructions. The jury is going to follow those instructions. And this is going to happen. This is going to work out well. Again, we had the Knight of Swords. The jury is going to get this case resolved quickly. Victory.
We don't make this up. I swear to God, we are not stacking this down.
So, in the end, the jury's going to get this case. They're going to rule on this case. They're going to be able to walk away from their emotions. Even though this is like one of the most divisive, hard not to have an opinion.
Bad decisions got this case going.
Evaluate the evidence, rule on the law, give the case back to the judge following the judge's instructions. Victory comes out of it. Star card, best of America, best of our judicial system. If you think Donald Trump is innocent,
yes,
and you think that his defense has proved this case, then you will be willing to accept the jury's response. If you think Donald Trump is guilty, and you think that the evidence for the prosecution was strong, you will believe the jury's result on this case. I've thrown on this jury 4 or 5 times now, and every time I've thrown on this jury, I've gotten basically similar cards that says, trust this jury, trust this process. If you lose faith in the judicial system in the United States, we're done as a country.
Yeah, so I guess the real trick is if you're a MAGA faithful and he's found guilty, will you trust the jury?
Yeah, of course not.
Right.
But the MAGA faithful, they're in a cult.
Yeah. So I guess it's more for if you...
It's for you.
If you're non-MAGA and Trump is found innocent, how are you going to say, okay, you know what, it was nice try.
Yeah.
You know,
now
the other team...
As a Republican...
Yes.
Who I guess sure he does not
Republican
approve,
fedora
does not approve or like Trump, but willing to put that aside.
I can be objective
as somebody who's objective and has good critical thinking skills.
Yes.
If you were a betting man and you were going to bet your house in the life of your children on whether just on the not how the jury rules, but on the evidence that you've seen.
Yes. I would say that
the probabilities of him being convicted.
Yeah, Trump is not in a good position.
No.
Would be my assessment.
Yeah.
Once again, I'm not in the trial. I've not seen all the evidence. You know, it's hard to find. You know, AP and Reuters. You know, they're going to hit him up the middle, but it's hard to get that all the nuggets of information that the jury's got. But from what I know, and trying to be fair-minded, I would rather be on the prosecution's table than on the defense table when the verdict comes out.
Yeah. I will be very surprised if there's a hung jury here. I'll be very surprised if he's found not guilty, but I'm willing to accept it.
Yeah.
I've seen nothing in this case that makes me think that there's been shenanigans going on.
Yeah.
I would have a much different opinion of the Mar-a-Lago documents case.
Absolutely. That's so cut and dried that if he walks on that, the outrage will be ridiculous.
Okay. Yes, Matt, and we're going to follow up. How will MAGA feel about the announcement of the verdicts? Should we end with that one?
Yeah, just do a little quickie.
Yeah. Do you want to do it on this one, or should we have a quickie on that one?
Let's do a quickie on that one.
Oh, we're gonna tease these poor people.
Yes, we are. Thank you for watching.
We'll follow up with this with a quickie video.
Yes, indeed.
It'll probably be a little bit snarkier. These have been serious videos.
Yeah, we have. We haven't been very snarky, so we're gonna be super snarky on that.
Yeah,
I promise.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, please. Leave comments. We actually do read all the comments. And that helps with the YouTube algorithm. It helps get this video out to other people who may not know this channel, and it may help them.
Yeah, think about it. The message I've had with the juries, literally, and I'm not saying that they're going to find him innocent. They're going to find him guilty or not guilty. I suspect they're going to find him guilty. But the point of this whole reading is the jury is going to be on the up and up.
Yep, it's a fair jury.
It's a fair jury, and that people need to hear that. So, viewing the video helps the algorithm. It helps it get out to other people. Sharing it does the same thing. Commenting, giving it a thumbs up does all the same thing on this one. So, if this video was helpful for you, it's probably going to be helpful for someone else. So, give that someone else a little peace of mind and feed the algorithm. Okay?
Yes, please.
All right. So, we'll catch you on the next video. Have a great day.
Wonderful. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
I haven't stopped yet. We're just still here. Do you think they're still watching us?
I hope so.
Maybe we should throw on the MAGA thing now. For all those people that jumped out early.
No, we're going to throw
they jumped out early. They didn't want to hear the outro. You people! Let's throw one card on it, okay?
Okay, we'll throw one card. Bonus card.
We can't tell you. It's a mystery. That's crazy card. That's the moon card. They're going to lose their freaking minds.
Oh, boy.
See, you heard it here first.
Yes, indeed.
Now, all these other people, they have to wait till tomorrow.
Yes.
If you got it early, that's what you get for sticking around. Throw a thing in the comments saying, I'm glad I stuck around past the outro, so I found out I got the sneak preview.
Exactly.
You faithful. You guys rock.
Have a great day.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.